trying to do here with some contemplative practices and meditation, but I don't have that right now. Here's Jean. I will admit her.
I
Hi,
got
Jean. And
Good morning.
I changed the operating system on my computer, and I'm having trouble screen sharing. So I don't have the PowerPoint. But let me just make a few introductory remarks about what we're aiming to do with this meditation gathering every week. What I tried to do was present several different methods of meditation and contemplation so that people can pick what they like and try to incorporate them into their lifestyles. I think that, like exercise or meditation or even prayer or reading or our entertainment or our diet, we tend to gravitate towards what we like. So in meditative and contemplative practices, it's best to find something that we like. And the, 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 uh, the use of meditation, contemplative practices, guided imagery, and other forms of deep relaxation is supported by scientific research that it improves our emotional health and also our mental health. Real briefly, if I were to have my PowerPoint here, I would point out that during the evolution of the human species in our early days, for thousands of years, we lived outdoors and we were chased by predator animals. They found bones of Neanderthal pre-humans or cousins of humans in caves. And people thought, well, the Neanderthals must have been cave dwellers. Well, they were cave dwellers, but most of those bones were dragged into the caves by giant hyenas and bears that were eating them. And so to develop a defense from being eaten, our brains have formed a tiny gland or part of the brain called the amygdala. And the amygdala is right in the middle of the brain and is the source of the fight or flight syndrome. So everybody's settled into their living rooms or dens or offices and getting ready for a nice meditation session right now. But what if the door opened and a tiger came in? Our bodies would immediately react, and so would our minds. As a result of our perception of the tiger through our eyes, would send a signal from the eyes to the brain that would say instantly, before we can even form the thought into words, danger, there's a tiger. And then we would get overflowed with adrenaline and energy. Our hearts would beat faster. Our breathing would become faster because we'd be preparing to either run from the tiger or fight the tiger. And that's what's all controlled by the amygdala. Even though most of us, I know there are parts probably in India and in Southeast Asia, maybe in Africa, where people do have to worry about predator animals, but we don't. We have different dangers, but nevertheless, the amygdala stays very active. And that's the source sometimes of that feeling of unease, that vague feeling of being afraid that we sometimes get, that high anxiety when we don't need to be anxious, that worrying, uh, that comes from the amygdala. And doing these meditative practices regularly has been proven through scientific research, actual scans of the brain, that the connections in the brain, the neurological connections in the brain can actually be changed at any point in life, all the way up into our 80s and 90s. If we can adopt some of these practices, our brain function can change to where we're less anxious. And when we're less anxious, we're happier, we're better able to concentrate, we make less mistakes, we forget less things, and we just have a better all around feeling of well-being. So that's why I encourage these practices. The meditative practice that I follow most of the time, which wasn't really liked very much by the group, is where I have a word that I focus on for 20 minutes and try to remove all thoughts from my mind. We also did Zen meditation, where we practice concentration on our breathing. And that was pretty popular with the group. And at the end of each class, I usually ask what people would like to do. And it was decided that we would do a guided imagery meditation today, where we use our imaginations to go to a pleasant scene and thereby lift ourselves out of our daily routines, let go of our worries, and also obtain some good, deep physical relaxation. So, does anyone have any questions about any of that, especially the newcomers? And again, I apologize that I don't have my PowerPoint. I have it, but it's stuck in the brains of this computer.
I'm good, thank you.
Okay, so welcome, Maxine, and welcome, Irene. Irene, right? You're the other new person?
Yes.
Okay, great, wonderful. This is Irene and Maxine are joining us today, everyone. And so we're going to go into today we're going to do some guided imagery. And we'll be focusing and using all of our imaginative senses. We're going to use our imaginary sight, our imaginary hearing, our imaginary smell, our imaginary touch, and maybe even our imaginary taste. And I'm going to guide you through a visualization of a relaxing scene that will hopefully let us leave our concerns aside for a while and give our minds, emotions, and bodies a rest. Now, guided imagery has been used for hundreds of years. It's safe, it's supported by research, and it's shown to help ease pain, nausea, lower blood pressure and heart rate, improve sleep, and even boost the immune system. When we are feeling well and have good well-being, physically, mentally, spiritually, we have stronger immune systems too, which we need nowadays. First, we'll practice some breathing to get ourselves relaxed. And what we're going to do is we're going to progress from the stomach up through the rib cage and then to the full lungs in the chest. And when we do deep breathing, we inhale for 2 counts and we exhale for 4. And I'm going to leave that subjective with you. You do your own internal counting, because if I do it, I may do it too slow, and I don't want anyone hyperventilating. You know yourselves. So
through the nose?
Huh?
Through the nose?
Through the nose if you can. If you cannot breathe through the nose, then the mouth is fine. Got some congestion, don't do it. So we inhale 1, 2, expand the belly using the muscle up under the lungs, which is called the diaphragm. Expand the belly for 2 counts and then exhale for 4. And when we do that, the inhale, the belly should expand. On the exhale, it should contract. Let's go again. Inhale. Exhale. Now, we want to move our breathing further up in the respiratory system and try to expand the rib cage down here. Not the full lungs, but the rib cage down here. Inhale for 2, exhale for 4. Ready? Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Now we want to expand our entire lungs. Ready? Inhale. Exhale. Again, inhale. Exhale. Now, one more time, let's go through the whole progression, beginning with the stomach. Does everybody understand what I mean when I say use the diaphragm? That's a big muscle that sits right up here. I can get myself on the camera. Sits right up here under the rib cage. That makes our stomachs rise and fall when we breathe. In fact, they say in athletics, when you're running, you're supposed to breathe that way. You get more oxygen. So we're going to go from the stomach to the rib cage to the lungs. Ready? With the stomach, inhale for 2, exhale for 4. Now the rib cage. And our lungs. I'm starting to feel relaxed. I hope everybody else is also. I find that just that breathing can help relax me before sleep, or also before even a little nap. The next thing we're going to do is progressively contract and relax our muscles, again in preparation for our guided imagery. So we'll start at the bottom of our bodies. Please try to sit comfortably, feet flat on the floor. And we're going to begin at the bottom of our bodies and move all the way up to the crown of our heads, contracting and relaxing our muscles. So let's start with our toes. Scrunch those toes, and we're going to hold for about a 10 count. And relax. Next, we're going to contract the muscles in our lower leg from the knee on down to the ankle, front and back, again for a 10 count. And relax. Now let's contract the muscles at the front of the upper leg, the quadriceps, for a 10 count. Ready? Contract. And relax. Now the muscles at the back of the upper leg, the hamstrings. Ready? Contract. And release. Now what the yoga teachers call the sit bones, the gluteus maximus, the bottom. Let's contract that for 10 seconds. And relax. The stomach, let's contract it in for 10 seconds. Pull it in. And relax. And I should have mentioned this in the beginning. We don't hold our breath for these contractions. We continue to breathe. Now we want to contract the muscles of the chest, the muscles that we would feel if we were to go like this, push our hands together. Ready? Contract. And relax. Now the muscles of the upper back. Ready? Contract. Next, let's make a fist for 10 seconds. Ready? Fist. And relax the hands. Now the upper arms, the biceps. Ready? Contract. And relax. Now the triceps, which are the muscles at the back of the upper arms. Ready? Contract. Relax. Next, The muscles of the neck. Ready? Contract. And relax. Now one that looks funny, but let's do it anyway. The muscles of the face. Scrunch up our faces. Ready? Contract. And relax. Finally, let's just concentrate on our scalps, the crown of our head. Do we feel any tension there? Do we feel any slight pain or tingles? If so, let's just let go of that. Try to relax, try to sink into our chairs, feel our bodies becoming heavier. Let all that tension relax. Now everybody please take a deep breath, and we'll start our guided imagery. This will be a visualization, and the purpose is to provide us with a scene that completely absorbs our attention and distracts us away from our anxious thoughts and the physical feeling of anxiety. By imagining, I am encouraging you to use all of your senses: touch, vision, hearing, smell, and taste. And of course, sight. But in your imaginations, in your minds. As you become absorbed in the scene, you will deepen your state of relaxation and will notice changes in your body. Your muscles might become less tense, your heart rate will slow, and your breathing will deepen. Today, in this scene, we are going to the beach. I'm not going to provide all the details about the scene to allow you to fill in the details with your imaginations. So let's get comfortable in a supportive position. Relax your bodies by relaxing any remaining areas of tension. Allow your arms to go limp in your laps. Feel your arms and legs becoming loose and relaxed. Now, imagine you are walking through a beautiful tropical forest toward the ocean. You can hear the waves up ahead. As you get closer, you can smell the ocean spray. The air is moist and warm, but not uncomfortable. You can feel a pleasant breeze blowing through the trees. Can you also hear the breeze in the trees? How does it sound to you? You continue walking along the path, coming closer to the sea. As you come to the edge of the trees, you see the brilliant aqua color of the ocean ahead. How does the sun look shining on the sea? You continue walking out of the forest and onto a long stretch of white sand. You are barefoot. The sand is very soft powder. You walk through the warm, soft, white sand toward the water. The beach is both wide and long. Imagine the beach. Picture it. Hear the gentle waves breaking on the shore. Smell the clean, salt water and the beach. See the spray off the waves as the warm breeze blows toward the water and the waves break. You look happily at the water. What color is it? Are there different colors? See the waves washing up onto the sand at your feet and receding back into the ocean. Washing up, flowing back down. What do you hear? Enjoy the ever-repeating rhythm of the waves. Do you see anything along the waterline? Do you see anything in the water as it breaks on the shore and recedes? Do you see any shells, pieces of seaweed, your own footprints? You see a little piece of driftwood in the water, and you pick it up, and you decide to draw something in the firm sand at the edge of the water. What did you draw? As you walk in the very shallow water at the edge of the beach, your feet feel nice and warm. How does the sun feel on your arms, your face, your neck, and your legs? As you approach the water, you can feel some of the mist from the ocean on your skin. You walk closer to the waves and feel the sand become wet and firm. A wave gently washes over the sand toward you and touches your toes. You step deeper into the water, and now it laps up over your ankles, covers your entire feet. The water is very comfortable. You decide to walk further into the clear, clean water. You can see the white sand under the water. It is a very pleasant, relaxing temperature. It provides relief from the sun. It's cool, but it's not cold at all. If you want to, you can walk further into the water. You can even dive in and swim if you want to, or you can just stand in the water and enjoy it. What do you see out in the ocean? What do you see to your right? What do you see behind you as you look back towards the forest that you left? What do you see to your left? As you spend time at the beach, you feel more and more relaxed. Just enjoy. This is time for you. This is where you prepare to take care of your obligations and those that you love. You are feeling very calm and refreshed. You walk back out of the water and onto the beach. You stroll slowly along the beach at the water's edge. Free from worries. You have no stress. You're not even really thinking. You're just enjoying this break and enjoying the scene. What do you see as you walk along the beach? Do you hear anything? How does your skin feel? You notice up ahead that there's a comfortable lounge chair and a towel. It's for you. You sit or recline in the chair, or you can spread the towel on the sand. Just relax on the chair or on the towel. You are enjoying the sun, the breeze, and the waves. How does the sun feel on your face, on your arms, on your legs? Is there a breeze? What do you hear? How is your breathing? Just relax. Take this time just for yourself to prepare for the rest of our lives. Notice our stomachs rising and falling as we breathe, as we're relaxed, as we enjoy the sunshine. When we are ready to return from our trip to the beach, we do so slowly. For a few moments, take several long, deep breaths with our stomachs. Notice the cool air coming in, filling our lungs, and the warm air going out. Let go of all thoughts as we bring our attention to our breathing. In and out. We might return to mentally becoming aware of our body. Remember when we tensed our muscles and relaxed them? Are we still holding any tension in our muscles, or in our scalps, or in our faces? If we are, just gently let all that tension melt away with every exhalation, our out breaths. Keep your attention on our breathing, in and out. Feel more and more comfortable right where we are. We are now ready to slowly return to our present surroundings and homes. Very slowly, keep that feeling of calm and relaxation. And slowly wiggle the toes, wiggle the fingers, maybe stretch, maybe yawn. Very slowly open your eyes, feeling ready to return to our day. Stretch our muscles, become fully alert and refreshed, and hopefully filled with energy. How do you feel? Are you okay? Did it rain on your beach? Lightning?
No, I had cat.
Oh,
I
you
had a cat fur all over me.
Oh,
Cat was meditating while I was meditating.
oh, okay.
Now I'm full of hair.
Oh, that's okay.
Can I ask you a
He
question?
loves you.
I like this very much. It's the first time I've done it.
Uh-huh.
How is it easier to do this type of meditation or the Zen in terms of focusing?
It depends on the individual. Which was easier for you?
Well, it was nice when you were telling me what to think about.
Oh, okay. No, I suspect you have a mind of your own, Jean. You don't let people tell you what to think about.
No, but
very much.
the beach, you have to keep thinking and focusing on all those things about the beach
Yeah, yeah.
as opposed to counting.
Uh-huh. Yeah, it's another way to focus the mind on something else besides the checkbook, the news, the pandemic, the troublesome niece or nephew or son or daughter or mother or father or sister or brother or neighbor,
Right.
co-worker. It's another way to focus the mind on something else. I used to coach little girls and then teenage girls softball teams. And I asked them one day when they were about 14, this group here, some of you have been doing this since you were 7 years old. Why do you keep coming back to play ball? Well, we like it. We like our friends in that. I said, let's think about it a little bit more. When you're at bat and you're looking at the pitcher, getting ready to hit the ball, getting ready to decide if it's a ball or a strike and whether you should swing or not, are you thinking about anything else? And they got real serious and said, no. Are you thinking about your homework? No. Are you thinking about your boyfriend or not having a boyfriend? No. Are you thinking about your moms and dads? No. Brothers and sisters? No. So that really, I think, is the value of playing a sport, is because that's what you're doing. You're not doing anything else. And so it's good mentally and physically and emotionally to do something where we focus on just one thing. I think that if we are diligent with these practices, we can reach the point where we really are just focusing on one thing, because I have mentioned before that the concept of multitasking, in my opinion, is a fiction. We really can only do one thing at a time. We can jump from one thing to another, as many as 5, 6, 7, 8 things at a time, but we don't do them well, and it's not enjoyable. So being able to focus on one thing at a time is one of the benefits of this. So that's a long-winded answer to a simple question, Jean. Which is easier? What's easier is what you like. This is one thing where the motto, no pain, no gain, does not apply.
It's very relaxing.
Yes, the thing about guided meditation is, though, you need someone else. You need to have a recording or you need to have a person, right? Or I suppose you could close your eyes and imagine, you could think back and reminisce about some place you've been that's beautiful, or redo this. But I think there's something about the voice of a leader, or sometimes accompanied by music, that helps the experience.
Do you recommend particular apps for guided meditation?
I could find some for you, yes.
Oh, that would be great.
Yeah, I had a resource page But again, I'm having trouble with the computer. I will fix that before next week, I promise. Promise, promise, promise. How about our newcomers? What did you think?
I thought it was very relaxing and I was able to focus in.
Nice. Very good.
Thank you.
Well, thank you for being here. Did you actually kind of go to the beach?
I sure did.
Good. Was it a tropical beach or was it our local beach?
No, it was tropical.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
definitely was tropical.
Nice and warm, huh?
Nice and warm and not too congested.
I noticed that the only really tropical kind of beach I've ever been to is Miami. And it seems like it's saltier because it seems like I float even better there than I do here. I don't know if that's the case or not, but I think I read somewhere that it's saltier as you go south. Don't know if that's true, but it seemed to be true.
Aruba has very nice beaches. Aruba
I'll bet.
and
never-
Curacao, very nice beaches.
I've never been there. I would
Mm.
like to. Back in my days when I was a lawyer, I represented the Fontainebleau Hotel, and that was a glorious week that I spent there.
That's
For free.
Miami.
Yeah, right. Big hotel on Miami Beach. Yeah,
Right.
it was very nice. They gave me a fruit basket so big it broke the hook on my hanging garment bag.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they did. The room was so big I couldn't see the TV. I didn't like that. It's too far away. Yeah.
That was great in those days.
It would have been greater if we would have won the case, but we didn't win the case.
But you tried.
Oh, absolutely, I tried. Tried my best at everything. Yeah. Yeah. They did not honor some reservations of football fans that were going there for a football game and wanted to stay in that hotel with the team. They were overbooked like the airlines do.
But in those days, they always did.
They probably still do.
And they would put you in a hotel at a lower grade.
Well, they put this group that sued in the owners' condominiums, which were pretty nice, really nice. The owners' condominiums were pretty nice, but the travel agent is actually the one that sued, and they said their reputation was harmed, and the jury agreed. So anyway, I got my fruit basket, and I got to swim in Miami Beach.
That was good.
That was fine. So what should we do next week? We could do another.
Whatever you recommend.
Well, it's what you prefer. You know, this is like the cafeteria.
So
It
what
all
are our
looks good,
choices?
But it all looks good, but you can't eat it all.
So what are
Well,
our choices?
We can do another Zen. We could do another guided meditation to a scene of your choice. I don't think that people like the focusing meditation, and we can't do walking meditation on Zoom very well. Thus, we all took our iPhones out and went for a walk, and we can't predict weather. So that would be one that I'd recommend you try on your own, a walking meditation. So.
How do you do the walking meditation?
Oh, remember how we did Zen and we count breaths 1 to 10?
Right.
There's two kinds of walking meditation. You could do an indoor walking meditation where you would walk in a clockwise direction with your hands like this. And you count your breaths 1 to 10. And you use the same gaze, have your eyes fixed at a 45-degree angle in front of you, with your tongue at the back of your upper teeth, and you'd slowly walk in a circle and count breaths 1 to 10. That's indoor. And you could do it outdoor where you just don't use that hand position. You just swing your arms normally as you normally walk. And the thing I find about walking meditation is I can cover a long distance without really being aware of it.
Hmm.
Especially in a place where I'm not going to get hit by a car or something, like on the beach at the edge of the water or the boardwalk. Cover a lot of distance. And you just count breaths 1 to 10 as you walk. Pretty simple. You've seen, I don't know if you've seen films of it. I've seen films of Buddhist monks doing it in their orange robes, either walking around in a circle or walking down a path. And that's related to Zen meditation. So I think most people didn't like the focusing meditation where we focus on a word, which is more like, I'm not thinking of can't remember the name of it. Transcendental meditation. It's similar to that. That's kind of a commercial enterprise where you take some lessons and they give you a mantra.
I did that 40 years ago.
Yeah, so did I in
And
Queen.
it seems to still keep in my mind, and I keep saying my word when I start to breathe.
Uh-huh.
And whatever I do, that's what I end up with.
Yeah. I think that plants a seed that stays with us all the time. I still remember my mantra, but I don't
So do
use
I.
that.
So do I.
I don't use that
We both
practice
took-
anymore.
We both took the course together.
My word now is peace. That's my word, peace, when I do that. It was calm, but I changed it because of the harsh consonant at the beginning of it. I thought peace was a more gentle word. So we can do another guided meditation probably, or we can try some Zen again.
Guided, I think
what-
it's nicer.
What's that?
The guided was very good. I got very relaxed.
Okay, well, we'll do another
Let's
one.
try it again.
Where should we go?
Wherever
Where
you
should we-
like.
Wherever I like. Well, I might want to go to the Bronx and get a pizza. That wouldn't be.
Now we got better pizza on Long Island.
Well,
Well,
it's
that's
got to
pretty
be somewhere in
They got-
nature. So
Somewhere.
it's either the
Yeah.
mountains and a lake or skiing.
How about an alpine lake?
Alpine Lake is fine.
We're going to the alpine lake next week. We're going to climb a mountain up a gentle path.
Swiss
Visiting
mountain,
and,
Swiss Alp.
We'll go to the Swiss Alps and have a hot cocoa afterwards. Swiss Miss chocolate. How about
How
that?
about snorkeling?
Snorkeling
Snorkeling,
on a reef.
that's wonderful.
Yeah, unless a shark comes along.
No, I've done snorkeling and I don't swim. It was wonderful.
How did you